Hi everyone. The media in this country just really sucks. It so badly, so hard. They suck and blow at the same time, which I think is impossible, but somehow they've managed to achieve it. Now I cover the way they suck. I highlight it all the time on this channel. But this is just... it's pathetic, the depths that they have gone to now. To back up their conspiracy theory that Russia hacked the election in 2016 and Russia are doing all the bad things around the world that we hear. They're not. They're not. It's us. It's our government with our public money that are doing it. You know? Free speech is not under attack in the West from Russia. Free speech is under attack in the West from the UK government and the US government financing these so-called NGOs such as the Integrity Initiative and the Atlantic Council and DFR Labs and the National Endowment for Democracy. That's where free speech is being attacked. It's not Russia. It's our own people that are doing it, and they're doing it because they got involved in a scheme in 2015 and 2016 which backfired on them badly, the intelligence services of these countries. And I'm talking specifically here of the Christopher Steele dossier. If you don't know who Christopher Steele is, allow me to tell you. Christopher Steele is an ex-spook of GCHQ, of the ex-spy for the UK, who compiled the dodgy dossier on Donald Trump, which was released by BuzzFeed in 2017. When that was released in 2017, the details of the dodgy dossier, which is unproven and full of holes all over the place, they literally just paid people in the Kremlin to give them stuff on Donald Trump, and if they didn't have anything, in some instances they went, just make it up. Backfired on them terribly. I remember Christopher Steele was the person who was the handler of Sergei Skripal, and the person who recruited Sergei Skripal was Pablo Miller, and Christopher Steele's company was Orbis Business Intelligence. And the first thing that the UK government did when the Skripals were poisoned was put a D notice on the media mentioning the names Christopher Steele, Orbis Business Intelligence and Pablo Miller. So this is something that they're trying to clear their own mess up here. That's what they're doing. And obviously it falls in line with the Democratic National Committee's narrative that, hey, Russia hacked the election, it's not our fault we lost to an orange idiot. It's not our fault we lost to a reality star. It's not our fault Russia did it. It's nothing to do with the fact that we rigged our primary and put Hillary Clinton in there, and she's possibly the only person that could have lost to Donald Trump. It's not that fault at all. No, it's all Russia. And obviously this is all BS. Anybody who was looking at this through a clear lens can see this is BS. This is all fabricated. They're trying to fabricate this national narrative that it's all Russia's fault. No, I'm not saying that Russia are innocent in all this. They probably did hack the DNC back in 2016 several times. If you actually look at CrowdStrike, there was malware on their system all over the place, and there was all sorts of servers in America who were getting information from the DNC. Julian Assange had said that the experts had said that the DNC's security on their network was like Swiss cheese. So they were probably hacked 100 times. However, as I've said many times, I don't think the Russians did give those documents to WikiLeaks and for WikiLeaks to release. WikiLeaks is called WikiLeaks for a reason. It's not called WikiHacks. So this is what all this Russia stuff is about. It's about the Western governments losing grip on the narrative that they have pretty much manufactured consent with ever since 1981 with Bill Casey. We will know. Remember what he said to Reagan. We will know our disinformation campaign is complete when everything the American public believe is false. That's what he said to Reagan in his first meeting in 1981. Operation Mockingbird. Installing, spooks and spies in the media to try and plant stories in there and obviously get information as well. It's not rocket science, it's easy to work out, which is why I'm so just flabbergasted with people like Deborah Haynes in the UK media. Deborah Haynes, as you can see there, she's defence editor of the Times newspaper. So you would think with her being defence editor, she's spending all her time at the moment, trying to dig up shit on the war in Yemen, trying to dig up stuff that we're doing around the world, that's nefarious. The stories with regards to war, there's 7 of them that America are involved in, that obviously we are aiding and abetting some. There's bound to be stories there. No, Deborah Haynes is not doing that as defence editor of the Times. This is what she's doing. She's asking Twitter users, this guy is called Clement Townsend. She's asking Twitter users, and as you can see, where am I? There, she's asking loads of people to DM them, to follow her so she can DM them. And when she DMs them, she's asking this: "Hi Clement, please excuse the message. A researcher who contacted me has identified you as a pro-Kremlin troll account. Is that correct? Yours sincerely, Deborah." That's what the defence editor of the Times is spending her time doing right now. Asking people on Twitter if they are pro-Kremlin troll account. Because they're anti-establishment. Because they're pro-peace, anti-war. Because they highlight the truths of the crimes that we are doing around the world. After all, it's our public money that are funding these things. But no, she's spending all her time, on Twitter, getting people to DM her, getting people to follow her, so she can send them a DM asking if they are pro-Kremlin troll account. Now, what I want to ask is this: what the F does she think is going to come of that? If she does happen to come across a pro-Kremlin troll account, because they are out there, what do you think they're going to say? Yes, you've caught me, Deborah. I hold my hands up. It's pathetic, it really is. It's pathetic. Now, one thing I want to get back to here. She said, a researcher who contacted me. Which researcher was that, Deborah? Was it the same researcher that identified Citizen Halo as a pro-Kremlin troll account, or rather, a Kremlin bot? Remember, this was running The Guardian. The UK defence called her a Russian bot. And The Guardian ran with it, even though she's just a Finnish grandmother who doesn't like the wars that the UK and the US are doing around the world. She knows the truth with regards to our history instead of the propaganda that we've been fed. Was it the same researcher that identified Ian 56 as a pro-Kremlin bot account troll? Market trader in Scotland who just pissed off at the wars around the world and trying to spread the truth about, how every US president in the last 70 years is basically a war criminal. He's a pro-Kremlin bot account apparently there. So is Partisan Girl, who she's verified on Twitter, and they still call her a pro-Kremlin bot account. This is a conspiracy theory that they are trying to push, is what it is. And then they label people like me as conspiracy theorists as to deflect away from it. This is a gigantic conspiracy theory that they have constructed to try and... Well, they're losing the narrative, is what they're doing. They're losing the narrative. They're losing their grip on, what's true and what's not. Because we can find these things out in the age of the internet, and they don't like it. So this is why they're trying to silence us. This is the state of the media in the UK, and in the US it's obviously worse, but in the UK it's bad enough. That's what our journalists are doing. DMing people on Twitter asking them, are you a pro-Kremlin troll account? Say it again, this is why we've got to support independent media and just switch off. Just switch off from them. I've even stopped, if there's a story in The Guardian, I won't even retweet it now. If I want to talk about something in The Guardian, I'll take a screenshot and tweet. I won't even retweet them because I won't even spread their bullshit. That's how pissed off I am at it now. And the same with many other publications as well, Washington Post amongst them, and New York Times. I suggest we've all got to unplug from them. Because if we don't, they're going to continue doing this shit. They'll probably continue doing it anyway. But we need a fourth estate again. Because we haven't got one at the moment. Patrick Henningsen said the other week, the fourth estate has become the fifth column in the UK. And he's absolutely correct. We need a new fourth estate. A new fourth estate built by the people and funded by people like you. So we're not beholden to power. And we can continue to give you the truth and delve into what really the facts are, rather than spending all our time, like Deborah Haynes does, DMing people on Twitter to ask if they are a pro-Kremlin troll. Support independent media, because that's the only way I think we're going to actually stop this bullshit from happening. It's pathetic, it really is. If you like this video and you want to see more, please subscribe and click the bell below so you get a notification of when I drop further videos. Independent voices like mine, I'm sure you're aware by now, are being censored across all social media platforms, so please like and comment on the videos. That really does help the channel out, and share the videos wherever you can to grow the audience. If you can, please support me on Patreon. You can do it for as little as $1 a month. I cannot do this without your help. I rely on your donations. Thanks very much for your support. It really is appreciated. Until next time, peace and take care.